Diva, and a big shout out to all my new subscribers. Nice to have you on board. It's been so cold, right, cameraman?
Very.
I mean, freezing. I mean, we've had like 6 storms just since the beginning of January. It snowed yesterday. We had the blizzard last week. There's states that have never seen snow in many years, and they have it now. Georgia, Florida was 29 degrees this morning. The country's been in like a deep freeze. And worst of all, so many people are under the weather with colds and the flu. It's just terrible. Did you get your flu shot, cameraman?
Of course.
I didn't get it because I was having surgery, and I don't know, I was kind of afraid to get the shot, but I don't know. I heard the shot may not even be helping that many people, right?
Right.
But I guess it's better than nothing. But anyway, I am not Jewish, and I never heard of Jewish penicillin until one day I saw a segment on that TV show, The Doctors. And they were talking about Jewish penicillin, and it caught my attention, and I thought, what the heck is that? And then they explained that what it is it's a form of a Jewish chicken soup. Those with colds, the flu, and everything. So the doctors on the show went out and they interviewed a man. And this man was having a big bowl of this soup from the 2nd Ave Deli in New York City. And if you're familiar with that deli, or if you're not familiar with that deli, it's a famous deli in New York City. You go in there, they have the buckets of the cut up, the kosher dill pickles on the table, and they have slaw, and you get your double pastrami sandwiches and corned beef, and they make this soup, and it's called Jewish penicillin. And they had a man there eating the bowl of soup, swearing that he had not had a cold or a flu the whole season. So it went back to the doctors, and they said, is there any truth to this? And the doctors said, actually, there was. Chicken soup is great for a cold and other ailments, other upper respiratory ailments you might have. They said the steam that rises from the chicken soup helps clear out your sinuses. They said the chicken that's boiled has the protein in it and some other things that help you, and the fresh vegetables that are in it. So there is proof that this chicken soup does help you. And with everybody out there right now with colds and flus and everything else, what better than a nice bowl of this Jewish penicillin? Now, there is something in this chicken soup that is a little different than your chicken noodle soup. And I think it's where it got the name Jewish penicillin, because there's matzo balls in it. But I'm going to show you a little hack as we go along, because my channel is all about making tried and true, easy recipes. Everybody's busy in their lives, and a lot of people don't want to spend hours in the kitchen. So I try to make things that are very user-friendly for all of you. So, are you ready? I'm ready, so stay tuned. We're going to get started. What you're going to need for this recipe is 3 large carrots, 3 to 4 stalks of celery with the leaves on, 1 onion, you'll need 3 bay leaves, and you're going to need some dill. So I have this out here, and off camera I'm going to chop the carrot like a coin. I'm going to chop up my celery with the leaves, cut up my onion, and I'll be back as soon as I have that all prepared. I'm back. I chopped up the carrots, the celery, and the onions, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of oil into my pot. I'm going to put it on the stove on high. Once the oil starts moving around, then I'm going to add these vegetables to the oil. It'll be on high. I'll put the oil back on medium, cover it, and take my spoon, and occasionally I will stir it until the onions become transparent and the vegetables start to soften. So let me put this crock pot, not a crock pot, it's a stock pot, right, cameraman?
Right.
Over onto the stove and put the gas on high. And in a minute, I'll put those vegetables in. Or maybe I'll have the cameraman put the vegetables in. Right, cameraman? Yeah. The cameraman is assisting me today. Whoa. He's putting the vegetables into that hot oil in the pot. Get going, cameraman. A little bit faster. Woo! All right. Now we're going to lower the gas, put it on medium. Very good, cameraman. Now get your wooden spoon over there and stir them around. Good job. Is the heat on medium?
It's on low.
It's on low. Well, it should be on medium. Once he gets those stirred around, he's going to cover it.
Yeah.
And then once he gets it covered, when the onions get translucent and the vegetables soften, we're going to show you what we add to the pot. You okay there, cameraman?
We'll make it through.
All righty. Thank you. Yes, yes. Okay. Now, obviously, you need chicken for this soup. So what you need, and the recipe is going to be simply explained in the description box. But what you're going to need is 4 boneless chicken breasts, skinless. Make sure there's no fat on them. And you're going to put maybe a half a teaspoon or so of the oil in the bottom of a baking pan. You're going to flip over your chicken breasts so that both sides are coated with the oil. And then you're going to sprinkle your chicken breasts with this, I happen to have McCormick's, it's Greek seasoning. So if you look here, I've done that, and I put these in I think it was 400, let me make sure I have it right for you. I believe it was 450 degree oven for approximately 45 minutes. You want to make sure that the liquid in the baking dish runs clear and the chicken breasts get slightly browned on top. So this is what they're going to look like once they're baked. And I am going to insert a little clip of what the breasts looked like when I took them out of the oven. I just took the chicken out of the oven. It's slightly brown on the outside, and you need to make sure that the juice runs clear in the pan. These smell so good. So I'm going to let them cool down now. All right, while the vegetables are sauteing in there, I'm going to cut up the chicken into little pieces. As you can see, all that Greek seasoning is on the top. So I'm sure once these pieces go into that pot, it's going to flavor it with these seasonings. So just going to cut them up into small pieces. Now, you can, if you like, cook this chicken ahead and have it all ready, you know, before you're preparing the rest of the soup. But because I'm on camera here, I'm just cutting up the chicken in little pieces so that it'll be all done. And once the vegetables are sauteed, I will then tell you what we're going to do. The vegetables are ready to put the other ingredients into the pot. So cameraman, what are you putting in there?
3 bay leaves.
All right, 3 bay leaves. What's next?
Dill.
He's putting in dill. Now I think it calls for something like a teaspoon of dill, but we didn't have dry dill, so we're putting in some fresh dill, so I think that will be fine. Alrighty. I chopped it up a little bit. What's next? Water's next, cameraman?
Water?
I believe the cameraman's going to put in 10 cups of water. Hurry up, cameraman. All right, here comes the first 4 cups. Whoa, cameraman's making a mess.
That's stupid.
Gosh. Okay, cameraman, come on, quick as a bunny. Next 4 cups. See if I can get in there and see what the inside of that pot looks like while we're waiting. Oh, I love my new camera. Try not to spill this one, cameraman.
I won't this time, I know.
There's another 4.
I only make mistakes 2 or 3 times.
Now we need 2 more cups. Hurry, hurry. Having a lot of fun with my new camera. This soup is going to be so delicious. Cameraman's a little slow. You have to excuse him.
It's called age.
He says it's cold age. Alrighty. Now what next, cameraman? Oh, I think it's
bouillon.
chicken bouillon. How many teaspoons?
20?
No, 10. 10 teaspoons of the bouillon. Can I see what bouillon you're putting in there, cameraman?
Well, it's called chicken.
Here it is. Chicken bouillon granules. He's putting 10 teaspoons of that in there.
I just lost count.
Isn't he doing a great job, folks? Maybe if you're lucky, one day we'll get his face in there. You think so, cameraman?
No, I don't.
Oh, well. As long as I have the camera, you never know. All right, what's coming in there next? I'll tell them. Next comes what makes it called Jewish Penicillin. And this is my little bit of a hack. This is the Manischewitz matzo balls. This is the reduced sodium matzo balls in broth. Now, you can make your own if you want, but like I mentioned earlier, we don't want to spend too much time in the kitchen, so my hack for this is make it easy on yourself and dump those babies in out of the jar. All right, now stir it around a little bit, cameraman, very gently. And then we are going to let that simmer for how long did I tell you, cameraman?
3 hours?
I think it's about 30 minutes.
Oh, I got the wrong 0.
And then we're going to check it and be back to do our taste testing. See you soon. Okie dokie. When I can stop laughing, I'll tell you that the cameraman forgot to put the chicken in the pot. What kind of chicken soup would that be without chicken? Come on, cameraman. Get that chicken in there.
Now, who was the president who said, we'll have a chicken in every pot if I'm elected?
Who was it?
I don't know, but it was somebody.
Oh my goodness. All right, so the chicken is going in the pot. Boy, that would have been a pretty bland broth there. All right, we'll be back in a minute after all of that simmers for about 30 minutes. I'm back. And after almost forgetting to put the chicken into the soup, we recovered from that. We put the chicken in, we brought the soup to a boil. After the soup was brought to a boil, we turned it down and simmered it for 30 minutes. And here's the finished product. So I'm going to do my little taste testing. With this big matzo ball in there. And there's a lot of chicken in there. Got a lot of nice big pieces of chicken. It really smells good. Now I'm Italian, So I make my chicken soup in a very different way. But this looks delicious and it really smells good. So let me dig in here. It's very hot. Oh, it's really good. It's delicious. Let me get a piece of that matzo ball. It says to salt and pepper as needed, but I will tell you, I don't need salt and pepper in here. So taste it first. And what we did do is when we put the jar of matzo balls in, we did drain the juice out of them. It's optional, but so let me taste one of these. Let me have a little more of this. Oh, so good. So if we made you smile at least once today during this video, give me a thumbs up and make a comment. And don't forget to push that red subscribe till it turns gray and ring the little bell next to it so you get a notification for my next video. If you don't ring the bell, you may never see me again. I love my subscribers. It's for you that I do this. Otherwise, like I always tell you, I'll be sitting here talking to me, myself, and I. So please subscribe. The cameraman's making a funny face. I guess I would be talking to him too. It would just be the two of us. But anyway, I'm going to eat my soup because it is so good. Give it a try and I'll see you all soon. Toodles!